Welcome everyone to another episode of Project Assemble. Today we are going to be reviewing Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the new animated series on Disney Plus, in the first Spider-Man series under Marvel Studios. So it's going to be very exciting. But before we get into it, I'm joined by Dwayne from Marvel Mad. How are you doing today?
Not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. It's been a nice week, sort of thing. Like everything's like coming out, and I'm just buzzing for everything. To be honest, so I'm really getting into things. Got a new project up on the channel now, and that's where I'm going through all the all the old Marvel MCU
Yeah.
films, as well as getting up some of the old ones. So getting a load of them recordings done. So yeah, it's been very productive. How about yourself?
Yeah, doing well. It's finally my midterm break, so it's
Nice.
going well. And yeah, just pumping out a bunch of content still. Trying to get like an kind of overload of content to just release like over
Yeah,
the weeks, just so I can kind of ease off on it for a bit and maybe take a bit of a break on that.
yeah,
Um,
bless you.
but yeah, when news drops, you gotta act on it. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready when things drop. But
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to getting into this. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Thwip Media, subscribe to Dwayne's channel, Marvel Mad, follow all the socials, and make sure to join the Discord. Everything's linked below, and you can find all the links there. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to the Project Assemble YouTube channel as well. And yeah, I guess we'll get into it. First off, full spoilers, so if you
Yeah.
have not seen Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I highly suggest watching it before
Mhm.
watching this, because we are going fully in on this
Mhm.
series, and yeah, we're not holding back on any spoilers.
No, no.
All right, so first question, out of 10, how would you rate this?
10
10.
all day long. Yeah, I absolutely love this. Like I said in my review, and that it's probably the best adaptation I've seen of Spider-Man ever. To be honest, that lot it's
Wow.
just yeah. Honestly, I absolutely adore this. And I want season 2 now. I want season 3 now. Honestly, it's just so good. I've not loved a Spider-Man like cartoon like this ever since the '90s Spider-Man cartoons. That lot.
Wow.
Honestly, I'm literally purring over it.
Well, high praise. That's
Yeah.
very good. So I would rate this a 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really well done overall. Like really great stuff. They know Spider-Man.
Mm.
They like actually care about this character. It shows. The characters are great. Story's great. There's just one little thing, and we'll get to it. But
Okay.
yeah, just one little thing to keep it from a 10 out of 10 for me. As a massive Spider-Man fan, there was
I was
one
gonna say,
thing.
yeah, it's me, a Captain America fan, that lot, and I'm giving a Spider-Man on a higher rating than you. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, I will explain when we get to it. But for you, what was the best aspect of the show?
Oh my lord. Probably presentation, to be honest. Presentation and story, because
Yeah,
I loved, like I say, I'm a massive comic book nerd, and I just love the panels.
yeah,
Like I'm changing from scene to scene to a different panel. The fight scenes, like when he's shocked, like put him in a Pacific panel and that lot, and the story of how it sort of goes back on itself from like what happens at the beginning of the first episode to what happens in the last episode.
yeah.
I loved that connection there. I thought that was so clever and everything. But yeah, the story and the presentation of it cannot fault it a lot. Like when we did the preview and that lot for it, like people were saying that they wasn't too sure about how it looked and
Yeah,
how like
I was doing
just
that.
seeing yeah, me, I then nailed it. Absolutely smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, I think the story is definitely the best aspect for me. Like balancing all the characters, they make you care for characters you wouldn't expect
Mm,
to care for. Some surprise characters as well that they included, like
yeah,
Alani.
massively.
I think everyone would have thought that was Flash Thompson in the
Yeah.
concept art, or is it Robbie Robert? No, not Robbie. His son, the one that works at the Daily Bugle, his son. Um,
Oh,
Blanking on Randy
Randy,
Robertson.
yeah.
Um, I thought it was him or Flash, but it was Lonnie, and it's a different take on Lonnie because in the
Mm,
comics, obviously he's Tombstone, and they go through that in this, but it's in a completely different way than you would have thought, and it's really well
yeah.
done. How they have his character arc starting from, the hot shot football player. He's wanting to do well in school, and it just crumbles, and then he's down this path in this street gang, and now he's got some enhanced abilities. So
Yeah, it's just a bit.
yeah, might be taking advantage of those. So yeah, storytelling and characters for me were the best part. Like the way they, like, even the voice acting was really good too, but the way they did Peter, like, it's obviously the first episode mirrors much of what we know of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but then it goes off on a completely different kind of side quest, and it does maintain some little elements of kind of the mentorship kind of aspects, with him wanting to be more than what he thinks he is, and what what he has access to is allowing him to do. Kind of like he knows he wants the Stark suit in Spider-Man Homecoming. In this, it's the Oscorp suit, and he wants to prove himself to be better than what he actually is. But in the end, he's like, I've formed this on my own. Like, I'm my own hero. I don't need any kind of guidance, really, at this point. I figured it out. And I think the way they did that was really well done.
Oh, massively. It just so good. It really was. I can't pair it to it enough.
Yeah. What was the worst aspect of the show, if any, for you?
Season 2's not out next week.
Yeah.
It's literally, I can honestly sit here and there's nothing that I can honestly criticize. There's nothing at all that I can criticize in that. Like, it's just perfect. That like, it really is.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. So for me, I don't necessarily have a worst aspect. You might be surprised to hear this, and I say this in my review. Yeah, by the way, I have a review. You have a review, so everyone can check those out. But I mentioned that the animation was one of the best parts for me. And initially, I was very on the fence about it. But once I saw more, I was like, this actually kind of works for what they're trying to do and make it look comic booky and kind of give it a unique style, instead of like what they've done with What If and X-Men 97 and all their other animated stuff they've got coming up. It looks very unique, and it worked. There are moments, though, where it's either the frame rate is dropped dramatically, like it looks very off, specifically when he's fighting Scorpion in the 9th episode. Yeah, it looks very slowed down, looks very off, and just like, I know the voice lines can't perfectly match up with the mouth movements and what's happening. There were some moments, though, that took me out of it. Like, okay, it's really? It's minor, but it's not like anything huge to say, yeah, I hate this.
I never really noticed any of that, to be honest. I just to me, it just felt like it linked up perfectly, and that like cutting bit on fighting Scorpion. Wouldn't you say it's similar to? It might just be because like they dropped the frame rate, but it reminded me a lot of what's it called? Into the Spider-Verse, that lot, when they had the choppy frames for one of them moments. I can't remember which one it is now, but it just reminded me of that, how he moves sometimes. It just reminded me of that sort of thing. I don't know whether it was done on purpose, maybe, or...
I don't think it was done on purpose. It might have just been a rendering error or something like that. Okay. Because for most of the show, it's very smooth. Like, everything runs smooth. I don't know why that moment specifically was very choppy. At least for me. I don't know if anyone else thought it was smooth.
I didn't notice it myself. I thought it was alright. I noticed it a bit, but it was only like a momentary. Oh, that bit slowed down, but I didn't know. For me, I didn't know whether it was more like I'd like to say done on purpose, and I make like a more of an impact on a certain point, sort of thing.
Yeah. What worked the best for you?
Oh my lord! Take your pick. To be honest, the voice acting was just superb. The different character dynamics they had with like Norman Osborn and Spidey's character dynamic together, Harry Osborn's and Spidey's character dynamic together, Nico and Spidey's like relationship together, Spidey and Lonnie. Honestly, take your pick.
Yeah,
Honest to God, I'd say the relationship they built with certain different characters and stuff like that, which is so good. And yeah, it was just really good. It really was. It made me care more about each individual relationship they had, sort of thing. Like at moments, I wanted Peter and Nico to kiss because it was like you're there. He's like she likes you, you like her. Just get on with it, sort of thing. Like there was moments where
I didn't
I
really
wanted him
think
to
that.
tell. Do you think so, Nala?
I don't think there's any kind of romantic tension between them.
Oh, I
I
thought there
think they're
was, to
just,
be honest.
I think they're like just,
Really, really good mates.
they're just good friends. Like there's not any
Mm.
kind of like Peter's not hiding any feelings for her or anything.
Oh, okay.
Um, and we'll get to it, but since then there's been a character that's been revealed for
Yeah, I've
season
seen
two.
that. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen that, and I cannot wait for that either.
yeah.
This is why I want season 2 now. It's there.
I think that character, and we'll get to it, will
Yes.
eventually become that for Peter.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah. So the best part for me, like you said, was I think the character work, making those relationships matter. And like even Nico and Harry, when they were in that
Yeah.
episode just hanging out together, they really bond in there and they kind of get that um like friendship going, and it kind of, it like makes you feel good that, oh, they're like actually on the same page now. They're
Yeah.
not like kind of like I don't know, like not, they're not obviously like hating each other. Like Nico doesn't
Yeah.
like the over the top influencer type people, and
Yeah.
there's one sitting right next to her and she doesn't want to seem mean, but she also doesn't like them. Um, and it works out in the end. They're all friends.
Mm.
I was really thinking one of them was gonna die
No.
because
Really?
yeah, I thought, I don't know, not Pearl, but one of them was gonna die,
Mm.
and I wasn't
I
sure when that was gonna happen because I remember seeing, I think it was Brad Wunderbaum, the head of Marvel TV and animation. He said something about when certain things happen to these characters, you really feel it. And
uh,
in my head, I was like, "Oh, that means something heavy's
Someone's
gonna
getting cut
happen."
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
never had that sort of sensation or anything like that, to be honest.
yeah, character work was really well done. Like Jeff Tramiel, the showrunner, really knows the
Mm.
dynamic that Peter has with his friends, the friends to use, and to my knowledge, I don't think Peter's ever had Nico with him in the comics.
It's exactly what I said in my review now. Like, I've never heard of any sort of relationship or like interaction or
Yeah,
anything between him and Nico, because I was trying to figure out all throughout the series, like, who is she? What's she to do? What's the little purple thing and all that? And then it sort of twigged as soon as I did a certain thing on what was happening on my channel and all that. I was like, damn, it's her. How did I not twig
yeah,
it was her and that lot sort of thing? I was like, Christ.
yeah. She's a part of the Runaways, I believe, and some
Yeah.
iterations of the Midnight Suns too. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting what they do with her character because at the end of
Mm,
the season, they kind of show that she can communicate with
yeah.
a different dimension or whatever. Um, there were a few moments where like the whatever amulet or pendant, it glows,
Yeah.
and I was like, they better not be building up to her becoming a hero in this season. Down the line, sure, go for it, but this
Yeah.
is Peter's season.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I was hoping they didn't build up to that at the end. I was like, oh, it's teasing that she's gonna become like the full on Nico Minoru at the end of it, and I was like, no, don't do it, don't do it.
Not
So
now. Not now. Not now.
yeah, so yeah, character work all the way for me, I think, worked the best. What was your favorite part?
Again, take your pick out. Like, the episode that always stands out for me now, and I think it was quite funny, as well as like getting to that final stage, is when he's going through all the different suits. Like, I
Yeah,
thought
that
that
one was
was
interesting.
brilliant. That was some of the different suits that was really clever, and it was like definitely not iterations that you've ever seen before in
Yeah,
any sort of Marvel thing or anything like that sort of thing. Like there's like a suit that reminded me of like the Wasp, or just
yep.
like what the hell sort of thing.
Yep.
The suit that reminded me of Morbius sort of thing, or the little like claw things that lot, the
Oh,
little
this
glider
scared the
suit.
little girl. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously coming into the Future Foundation or the Oscorp soup and that lot,
Yeah.
which I just loved that sort of thing, and like him working and his ideas and stuff with Norman and that lot sort of thing. That was like one of the cool, really cool parts for me, and I like again him built up through that episode with that sort of thing, and then
Yeah.
the Scorpion fight as well. And I did that really made me think. Jesus Christ, don't tell me you're going to kill him off here now. I'm going to have Miles Morales or something like that at the end of it, sort of thing. I was like, Christ, you can't do that to me now. And oh, Jesus wept.
Yeah, I think for me, the Scorpion, like the first Scorpion fight, was one of my favorite parts because that's where he needed to learn.
Yeah.
You don't hold yourself back. Well, not that, but
you do
like,
to a point, sort of thing.
You need to learn from the experience. Like, you're going to get your ass beat really bad, and he did in that scene. But also, like, it's a character development moment where he realizes there are going to be much more dangerous people out there, and I need to be ready for it, because he's just dealt with, car thieves and people mugging other people, and it's nothing major for him, but there are going to be dangerous people, and he needs to be at the stage where he's able to take on that person. And like Pearl and Lonnie are in that scene. He's going to have to step up and be able to protect those people if he really cares for them. So I think that was a really cool moment. Another one, of course, is the Daredevil scene.
Yeah, I had to forget about that. Yeah,
and I knew it was him as soon as he like swings through the stairwell and goes onto the roof, and he's like, "Stop where you are!" And then like it just cuts, and the Daredevil theme kicks in. That the whole soundtrack has dropped on Spotify now, by the way, and I've gone specifically for that track, just hearing it's the Daredevil theme. Charlie Cox sounds great as him. The fight choreography in that, like how they work off of each other, even the dialogue, like
I like how he's kept the talking through all the fights and that lot.
Yeah,
like they just kept him.
Like he shoots his foot with the webs, and he's like, "Oh, I bet you didn't see that coming." And he's like, "Yeah, pretty much," because he's blind. There were a few moments between that kind of, it's not obvious that they're saying he's blind, but it's just really funnily done. The way that he responds to him, like, "Yep, didn't see it, didn't know what was gonna happen." But the radar sense when he like tilts his head both times, that gave me goosebumps. And then when they fight each other, it's just really well done. I've seen that scene like 20 times because I just need that in live action.
That'd be so cool. I didn't even think of that either, to be honest. That'd be so cool.
So I think those two moments off the top of my head would have to be favorite parts for me. Who was your favorite character?
It's probably a bit weird to say, to be honest, now, but I really like Norman Osborn.
Okay.
I really did like how he was portrayed now, and how his obsession against Doc Ock and that was.
Yeah.
Like I really liked. I like when Peter's getting his arse absolutely handed to him, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I'm almost there, and he's literally just honed in on finding where Doc Ock's place is and that lot.
Yeah.
And then obviously when he comes back and then realizes, oh crap, hang on a minute. And then he saw that line as well. Would come with great power comes great respect. I thought that was such a cool line to say. In that
I was not with that. As soon as he said it, I was like, "What the heck did you just do to this line?" But after thinking about it, I was like, "It makes sense."
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Like coming from Norman, he holds so much power in the city, and maybe to a certain extent where it's kind of threatening and authoritative, and people respect him for having that power. And but he's basically saying, Peter, you have these abilities. Make people respect you for holding the power you have. Because if they don't, you can like full on like just take them down with like without hesitation, without holding back. You can take them down.
Yeah. All day long.
Yeah, and that's why in the final fight with Scorpion, it comes back into his head. I need to not hold back against this guy, and he almost crosses the line of killing Scorpion, and it mirrors that moment in No Way Home where he's lifting the glider and he's about to do it, and then he's stopped. And I think that was kind of cool the way they mirrored that moment where he needs to learn. Do not go to that point ever again. You can't let
Go to the
yourself do
dark
that.
side.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was really cool.
But yeah, honestly, just the character Norman, I know how he's
Yeah.
presented, look, especially like that whole scene as well, where Peter's coming home, and it's exactly the same sort of movement as when it's in
Yeah.
the movie as
Yeah.
well.
Same
And
music.
instead of
It's
yeah,
exactly the same. Yeah.
and as soon as he turns around, it's not Tony, it's Norman, and it's like, oh, hello, and then he finds out later on that he's actually Spider-Man. I was like, oh, you're Spider-Man then. It's just
Yeah.
everything Norman does is like so cool now. Like,
Yeah.
I really liked how he presented, and I cannot wait to see what comes of him in the future now, because it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah. Coleman Domingo was perfect casting as Norman. Like no matter what you do in live action, Willem Dafoe will be the Green Goblin, but he will be an awesome Green Goblin.
Oh, massively.
If they do it in
100%.
live action, and they kind of tease that it's kind of coming in this show. We didn't even talk about the glider coming in to save Peter from the first Scorpion fight. When that happened, like when it cuts to like Spider-Man's like, I need your help, Norman. Like, I need you now, and he's gonna kill me. And it cuts to the office, and it's empty. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna be coming in as the Green Goblin. It's gonna be a different take on the Green Goblin, and he's gonna save Peter. But then it was just the glider, and just having the glider on its own was enough to say, it's coming. Like, it's building up to it. We didn't get it in this season, but you can predict.
I don't even think
Gwen Stacy being in the next. Oh, there, I just dropped it. Gwen Stacy's in season 2.
But I don't even think you're going to be in next season either. To be honest, I think they're going to really push it out. To be honest, you might see him at the end of season 2. I think so.
Yeah,
so I think next season we're mainly on Doc Ock. I think.
Yeah, that would make sense because they really teased that he's gonna get out there. He's gonna get those arms. Yeah, I could definitely see that. There were a few villains though that we don't really check back in on at the end. No. There's Chameleon. Yeah. That's out in the wind. He looked cool.
Yeah.
Rhino. I guess he was put in prison again.
Yeah, because he stopped and helped his mate, didn't he?
Unicorn, which
again, it was a proper random one that was.
There was the 2 Speed Demon and whatever her name was.
Oh yeah, I can't remember. What
they were arrested, but those 2 or no, those 3 like Speed Demon, the other one, and Unicorn are very minor compared to like Rhino, Chameleon, Doc Ock.
You see that Butane as well.
True, even. I don't think he's coming back at all. That was just a one and done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having Scorpion as the main villain, like not the main villain, but he was a big villain in this.
Yeah.
I think that was a really cool choice, and they were basically saying, "Okay, we messed up doing it in the movies. Let's do it in TV."
Yeah, pretty much that. Lot.
Yeah, they did it really well with him.
Oh, massively.
And they weren't afraid to go dark with it either. Like
no.
He was a really violent character.
Yeah, just a bit like when the fight, when the 1/10 and the Scorpion guy were just fighting, and he's like whipping out that little knife.
He just full on stabs him.
He was shanking him. I'm like, Jesus, where?
Yeah.
like when the head of the 1/10 that lot, he's like, I guess that intent is just like, I'm out of here, I'm gone. You look and fend for yourself now. Like, I ain't getting killed here.
Yeah,
it's like.
Yeah, just a bit of not a coward, but like, it's very obvious that his people needed him, and he just dipped in and belonged. He was like, well, okay, I guess I'm the only one here. I'm
taking over now.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see who my favorite character was. Obviously, my favorite was Peter, obviously, because the way they did it, I think, was really good. Hudson Thames, who plays Peter, there are moments where he sounds just like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And I think that it's perfect casting in that way if they're doing an alternate version of Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But the moments where he's like the emotional moments, the exciting moments, like he nails every like Peter mannerism and all of that. I think he did an awesome job.
When he's like talking and his voice breaks and he's like really squeaky and stuff like that. Like it was just like so clear, so good.
Yeah, he's really good. We've kind of touched on Norman, but what are your thoughts on how they portrayed him as Peter's mentor compared to what we already know as Norman Osborn in the comics.
Really clever take on it, to be honest. I never thought he was going to be like the Tony Stark of this series, sort of thing. But it works well. It works really, really well. Even though, like, you obviously get Daredevil saying Norman's not what everything you see, sort of
Yep.
thing, and
He's
there's an
hiding something.
undertone. Yeah, there's undertone about it, sort of thing. Obviously, you see at the end where they're basically taking Peter's blood and experimenting on spiders, and they're trying to make their own Spider-Man. That lot, it's
Yeah.
like, oh boy, it's so much more to come, which is gonna be so cool to see. But I think they just did it perfectly, and I really like this different take on him, even though you know he's really bad and you know it's going to all turn sideways eventually. But just this take is so cool.
Did you think that turn was going to happen this season?
No,
Or was it going to be later on?
I was adamant it's going to be later on, all day long.
And that's, again, my big flaw, which I haven't gotten to yet, is that episode 10 should have been the season 2 premiere.
You think so?
Episode 9 would have been the perfect way to end it. And I say this in my review, but you get closure between Peter and Nico. Nico forgives Peter for lying to her. He defeats Scorpion. He knows that he doesn't have to go past the line again. Lonnie assumes leadership of the 110th gang. Norman teases that they are developing enhanced spiders, maybe leading into the fact that he's going to use whatever DNA that those spiders have to create the Goblin Serum to enhance himself to be on par, if not stronger, than Spider-Man. So yeah, I think that was the perfect cliffhanger of them experimenting on the spiders. You could have just cut to black. That's season 1.
Yeah,
That's the way they should have done it. And episode 10 just felt, I don't know, anticlimactic in the sense that it was like at the end of episode 9 I was fully like, okay, that's the finale. Oh wait, there's one more episode. And it's like everything that Peter's been doing in his internship kind of revealed to be used for something far more dangerous, and he wasn't in the loop about it. And it's a very quick turn for Norman to kind of reveal that.
Yeah, okay.
If it was the start of season 1 or season 2, I think it would have been a much better, I don't know, stepping off point for that season, that Norman is up to shady things.
Yeah.
Having, obviously, the symbiote come into it, being a consistent point just for season 2. Okay. I think the cliffhanger of the spider experimentation in season 1 would have been enough of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
You save the symbiote for season 2, and you have that shocking reveal where it's like, oh shit, it's staying here. And there's potential for the black suit to come into this season.
Well, as soon as it got cut off and he was like crawling on the floor, I was adamant at that point it was just going to latch onto him then.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was going to get stuck to the bottom of his boot.
Yeah.
And then leading into season 2, it could happen.
I was like adamant. There's your black symbiote. He's going to have it there, and that's going to lead on to season 2 from there. But if they're going to have it with Norman either experimenting on the symbiote or him taking on a symbiote,
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't mind, especially reading after the Red Goblin that I'm reading him where he takes on the Carnage symbiote. If it works well in that comic.
I don't know. I like my traditional villains. I don't need the symbiote on Green Goblin at all. I just want Green Goblin.
Just give me Green Goblin.
Yeah. I don't need a symbiote Rhino. I don't need a symbiote Scorpion. Just give me just Venom or whatever symbiote you're going to do. Yeah. I think Venom could look cool in this art style too. The way they've done the animation. But yeah, I think that they did Norman really well. He's obviously very different from the comics because he is taking on that Tony Stark role, but it works well. He's guiding Spider-Man into a way that he's kind of molding him into Oscorp's Spider-Man. and having Peter kind of say at the end, you know what, Norman is
good.
kind of a slimy guy. I don't know if I should be involved with him anymore. I'm going to be my own thing. That was perfect. Like, he needed to be on his own by the end of the season, and they did it. So I'm happy to see that. I'm curious to see if Osborn's going to be retaliating to him in some way, like, come back. You need to come back. We're going to work together again. And he's going to be like, nope, I've done this before. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. You lied to us. I'm not doing that. And I don't know, maybe that fuels the tension between them.
Yeah, I think there's going to be conflict because obviously with him and Harry joining up now and making basically their own company, which for me, like, if they take that sort of storyline straight from Spider-Man 2 as well, the game, and put it into that series, I think that'd be wicked. That'd be so nice.
That's another
and then
thing,
there's your conflict. There's your conflict there. I think two different companies, and maybe one of them gets invaded by the other, and that's what causes the whole shebang sort of thing.
That's another thing, though, that I said in my review. Like, why is he creating his own company if he's having this much difficulty balancing his life?
Yeah.
And he's so young to do it, too. Like, he's a freshman in high school. And he's got school. He's got his personal life. He's got Spider-Man life. Now he's going to have his business life. Like, Peter just showed us it's kind of hard for him to manage all that. How is adding a business into it going to help him in any way?
I didn't mind it. I was quite. I just saw Spider-Man 2 come in me, and I'm like, yes, please, more of that.
If he was like, I don't know, like senior year in high school or college year, Peter, it would make more sense. But yeah, it's kind of, I think, too soon to do something like that.
Yeah.
Personally, so yeah, the finale was really my only negative. It brought it down to a 9 for me.
Okay, I thought it was quite nice how it just looped back, and that was the whole reason why he got the powers in the first place, because of time traveling, doctor stuff. I thought it was really clever. Really,
I still don't know
really
what to think of that. Like, it's interesting, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. It just kind of felt weird.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, for me at least. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the spider experimentation? Like, what's that leading to?
I hope we're going to get like the Scarlet Spider or something like that sort of thing.
Oh,
like different versions like that, where
like a Ben Reilly type thing.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
And it'd be like they have their own Spider-Man sort of thing that they can manipulate more and like control better than they can Peter sort of
that
thing.
Could be really interesting.
And, like, a Scarlet Spider is just perfect.
But with, like, obviously now we know Gwen is going to be in season 2 and she's going to be Spider-Gwen. Is Gwen the one that's bitten by whatever spider they create?
Maybe not.
Or
I'd take it.
Is she from a different universe, like in the Spider-Verse movies?
I hope she's not that. That's one thing I do hope. I don't want it to be multiverse jargon like in this. I want it to be its just own thing. If she's going to be Spider-Gwen, then let her be Spider-Gwen in this. We already know they're messing around with different spiders and stuff like that. Just let her be this and there. I like my multiverse, and we've already got bleeding Mars Morales, Costas, whatever it is, and that lot. We've already got that. We don't need it in this as well. Just no.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I think spider experimentation means Green Goblin. Could be wrong, but I did not even consider they're making their own Spider-Man, so that could be a really cool idea. To introduce like their own version of Spider-Man that has to stop the street Spider-Man from interfering with things. That could be really cool.
That's probably another way they could use the black symbiote for it to go on their Spider-Man.
I would be mad at that then.
Really?
The symbiote. Oh man, I would actually be pissed about that. The symbiote needs to go on Peter first. Yeah, Peter has to be
and then it just transforms into Venom.
Peter is always the first host of the symbiote. That's in the rules. Is that Peter is the first?
It's his gospel. It says go by this, and that's it.
It's in the text. Literally, it says the ancient text. It says Peter is the first one. Secret Wars 1984.
Oh Christ!
So yeah, that's really all the
Oh.
questions I had. But what are you hoping to see in season 2?
To be honest, I'm looking forward to Doc getting his arms.
Yeah,
Really looking forward to how he breaks out and gets them arms out.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to how Lonnie becomes Tombstone
It's kind of leading to that. Yeah,
because how his hands like starting to go white and everything like that. I think that's going to look so cool, and seeing his transformation from like nice guy, chipper, sports lad to Tombstone,
yeah.
it's going to look so good. The character dynamic between Spider, Nico, and Harry, I'd like to see how that's going to progress and build and that. Like, and then when you get the introduction of Gwen Stacy,
Yeah.
how's that going to knock the group dynamic sort of thing? Is Nico going to feel like she's going to be pushed to one side and
I think that's definitely
all
going to
that?
happen again. Like,
Yeah,
whoever the best friend is for Spider-Man, they're always pushed to the side, whatever kind of storyline they're going with. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to happen. Because Gwen, I think, will take over that love interest
oh yeah,
role. But yeah, I'm excited for Gwen, what they're going to do with her. Doc Ock, of course. I think he's going to have some more people on his list that will help him in taking down Osborn. And Osborn might want to start developing more things to protect himself and take down other people opposing him. I'm excited to see more Peter's development as Spider-Man. Like you said, Lonnie becoming Tombstone. That's going to be very interesting to see how they do that. Because obviously he's still in high school too, so you're going to have a high school aged crime boss. That's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I'm excited for season 2. I'm so glad it's getting a season 3 as well.
yeah.
We need Daredevil back in season 2.
Oh, massively. We didn't even say about how that other character Finesse as well.
Yeah,
She's been
Taskmaster's
working.
daughter.
Yeah, she's been
Yeah.
working with him all along that lot, and it's like,
That
well, how's that going to progress? Because that's another character I didn't even consider.
I
Like,
think there's something more to the Daredevil involvement. Like, yes, it could be fan service, but it's also why is he going after Osborn's things and what is he doing with it?
yeah,
I
are we
think
going to
that
get a
might
cartoon
be-
Fisk?
We didn't even get Kingpin in this one, but we know Vincent D'Onofrio is playing him. So yeah, hopefully season 2 we get some Kingpin in there. Gonna be really cool to see him. I hope they go like the full on like big size like
Oh.
white suit with the purple ascot, all that. He's gotta
Got
have
to.
the giant
Got
like
to.
cane with the diamond on it. Yeah, yeah.
Got to.
I need
all
to see
day
that.
long.
So yeah, that's all I've got for your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Really good
Yep.
series.
No, massive, absolutely amazing. I like it. Yeah,
For me, Spectacular Spider-Man is still the number one. That's just the
Really?
Spider-Man show for me. Yeah.
I got to admit, that for me now, it's a toss up between this one and the '90s Spider-Man. For me, it's that good. I'm blown away with how good it is now. Like, I could easily say the '90s Spider-Man one's the best one, but then this one could be the best one. Honestly, it's top
Like,
tier.
I still really enjoy this, but growing up on Spectacular Spider-Man and it being really true to the comics and all that, it's like the perfect Spider-Man for me. So yeah, I guess we'll move into our game segment. We've got
Yeah.
a Marvel Villains bracket,
I'm really looking forward to this.
which is
really
going to be
looking
very
forward to this.
interesting because
Yes.
there's some pretty interesting matchups. I had to reseed this, by the way, so it was very tough
Damn.
for some of them. But yeah, I'll change my screen here. All right, so starting with the first matchup, Doctor Doom, Red Skull.
Really, even though I love Red Skull and that lot, it's got to be Doom.
Yeah,
The Red Skull can't touch Doctor Doom really in that lot.
yeah.
It's
So
a no contest there.
top seed, bottom seed, I think. Top seed.
Oh,
top seed.
really?
Yeah, because I seeded them based off strength.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
He's just punching people. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom's like sorcerer, technology. Like
Exactly.
he knows so much. So yeah, Doom is going. Venom, Super Skrull.
Ooh,
And it doesn't have to be Venom of the movies. It's just Venom in general.
General.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a really tough one. On that. with what the Super Skrull can do, I'd probably say the Super Skrull, to be honest.
Okay, was not expect. Well,
It can do
yeah,
everything
because
pretty much.
if you're going comics, the symbiotes do not like fire. So Super
Bang,
Skrull
done.
can just burn them, and that's it.
Exactly that lot. And that's just one of the Super Skrull powers, that lot. It's
Yeah.
got the whole Fantastic Four lot. And that's not even counting the mega other Super Skrulls, then that's got the loads of the powers,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, Venom, I think, is going to have to be out first round.
yeah, which is a real shock, really.
Nightmare Green Goblin.
Nightmare.
I think it's Nightmare. No matter how much of a fight Green Goblin can put up, he's going to be putting him through hell. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't. He's got a glider and glider bombs and stuff like that sort of thing, but you can't really compare to Nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's tough, but
yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think Nightmare has to go through.
Yeah.
Right, Dormammu Bullseye. This is easy.
Dormammu. Dormammu straight away in that lot.
Yeah.
That's another one that's just like done.
Yeah, pretty easily. There's no explanation with that. Magneto Zemo.
Oh, it's Zemo. I couldn't even see the photos.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
dark
kind of
one
dark.
there, that lot.
Easily Magneto.
Magneto, yeah, Magneto.
Omega level mutant here, like
yeah, exactly that lot. Just trap him in bleeding metal, that lot, and he's done.
Yeah, just
there's your little prison.
Encase him with metal and then smush. Like that's what you
need
to do. Yeah,
exactly. I won't go in that far. I was just going to prison him up. Yeah, there we go.
Ultron or the Leader?
Ultron. All day long.
I would say Ultron, but you have to also consider the Leader's mind. Can he? No, he can't mind control mechanized beings. So yeah, it has to be Ultron.
There's no like he can go and Ultron's just going to stand there and go, "What's this tit doing?"
Yeah,
just flick him in his head. He's done.
Yeah. So Ultron moves on. Mysterio or the Sentinels?
Ooh.
If you're going with traditional Sentinels, all they really can do is fly and shoot repulsor blasts.
Yeah.
Or there's versions where they actually transform into like different mutants or whatever.
Yeah, but the ones I always consider is just like the ones you have from X-Men '97.
Yeah, just like the box standard flying or repulsor blast thing. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably say Mysterio, but then what else can Mysterio actually do?
He's just making them see things.
Yeah, so they can attack each other. You could probably make them attack each other.
That's true. He could make them kill each other, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You can destroy them like that sort of thing.
That convinces me, yeah. So Mysterio's moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Thanos or Arnim Zola?
Thanos.
Yeah.
All day long.
Easily Thanos.
There we are. I like Zola, but yeah.
Dr. Doom, Super Skrull. Still has to be Doom, right? If he can defeat the Fantastic Four, he can defeat Super Skrull.
Yeah, because that is the Fantastic Four in essence, yeah. Yeah, no, I give you that one, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Nightmare Dormammu.
So this is
the Battle of Doctor Strange villains. I think it's Dormammu.
Probably
Dormammu's
Dormammu.
Like the ultimate being for Doctor Strange's villains. Nightmare's still really powerful, but he's full on dark dimension mode.
Yeah, he's top tier one sort of thing.
I think it's easily Dormammu. Magneto, Ultron. It's easily Magneto because you can just take apart.
It's just like you're Ultron, well, you're Vibranium. There we go, son. There we are.
Yeah. All right, Mysterio, Thanos.
Yeah. I love Mysterio.
Run, but...
I love Mysterio, but not a chance.
All right, Thanos moves on. Doctor Strange, Dormammu. Or not Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Dormammu.
Doctor Strange.
I think it's still Doom.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Doom. You got me saying it now. Yeah, not Doom.
Yeah, sorcerer, master of all kind of like he's the Sorcerer Supreme now in the comics. Like, I think he's easily taking down this guy.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be a weird one. Magneto, Thanos.
I'd probably say Thanos, to be honest.
Can Magneto take apart the Infinity Gauntlet though?
Yeah, but then he can just pick the stones up and then just absorb the power like that.
That is true.
He didn't necessarily need the gauntlet unless he wants to have all 5 in his possession, or 6. Sorry.
I think Magneto could still take a piece of scrap metal and throw it straight through Thanos, and he's done.
I don't know. He just grabs one of the stones out, like just blasts him like that.
I still think it's Magneto. It would be a tough fight, but I think it's going to be Magneto.
I'm gonna have to call coin flip here.
Okay, Magneto tails,
I think
Thanos heads.
So I think Thanos will do it. So Magneto's tails, Thanos heads. Our survey says heads.
Damn it! Right.
I'll leave it to the fate of the gods.
That's actually very surprising here. Okay, Doctor Doom Thanos has to be Doom.
Okay, now Doom. Yeah, now Doom all day long.
Yeah. Not even close. All right,
No,
next
yeah.
side. Kang or the Lizard?
Ooh,
Easily Kang. Yeah.
Yeah, all day long. There's no question there.
MODOK or the Mandarin?
Mandarin?
MODOK's got
Yeah.
a lot of different kind of like technological abilities. The Mandarin
Yeah.
has the 10 rings.
I'd
This is
still say
tough.
the Mandarin. I'd
The
still
Mandarin?
say the Mandarin because I can't even with all these little technically
Yeah, that's
fancy
true. Yeah.
snazzy nits that lot. I still don't think he's gonna take out the Mandarin.
Yeah. I think I'll do that. Carnage Rhino.
Carnage.
Yeah. Well,
All day long.
Rhino
right?
has impenetrable skin though. But
His
Carnage
face
can just consume him.
Yeah, his face ain't that. All you gotta do is get in
That's
the goblin
true,
like
yeah.
that and then just absorb
That
him
is
from the
true,
outside
yeah.
like that and just you can literally just blow him up like that sort of thing, to be
True.
honest.
Yeah, let's do
You'll think-
Carnage.
You'll think my boy is not the nicest of characters.
Mephisto Sabretooth.
Not Mephisto.
He's gonna
All day
trap him
long.
in hell.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. Like, just like control him in a little own bubble and they are kill yourself.
Galactus Kingpin.
Galactus. All day long.
Kingpin, it's Kingpin.
Oh yeah.
No.
Come on then. Come on.
Coin toss with that.
Oh yeah.
No, it's Galactus. Easy.
Oh,
Abomination or Loki?
hang on. Heads Galactus, tails Kingpin. Oh shit! Drop the coin. Shit. The coin says tails Kingpin.
No way.
Anyway,
would,
carry on.
that would be very interesting if that happened.
Yeah, it'll be very controversial as well, I think.
So yeah, Abomination, Loki.
Loki.
I would say Loki, but then you could say Hulk mop the floor with Loki.
Yeah, that's
Abomination might be able to do the same. He's a bit angrier. He might not be in, I don't know if you'd say control as Hulk, but
And thinking about it as well, all Loki can do is similar to sort of Mysterio, really, now, like illusions and tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I think you convinced me for Abomination there, to be honest.
I think if Abomination gets his hands on Loki, he's ripping him into 2 parts.
Yeah.
Like Juggernaut to Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's a shame that Loki's out
Yeah.
first round, but Juggernaut, Craven. Easily Juggernaut.
I'd say Juggernaut, yeah, because Craven's a hunter and that lot, but you're not going to really hunt the Juggernaut when he's charging at you.
Yeah, you're done. So he moves on. Apocalypse, Doc Ock.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Yeah.
All day long. There's no contest there, and I just pop.
Easy one there. Kang the Mandarin. I still think it's Kang.
Tough. Yeah.
It would be a good fight, but he can just
It would be a good.
drop him in a limbo and
Yeah.
he's done.
Just another portal. There you are. Off
Yeah.
your trot.
Carnage Mephisto.
I'd say Mephisto.
I would say Carnage.
Mephisto now. Oh, really? Yeah, but Mephisto's
Carnage
like a
is
devil and that
relentless.
lot.
Carnage is relentless.
Yeah. Mephisto's like a devil, though.
He is, but and he's
You trap him
powerful,
in-
but Carnage
Did you-
just does not stop.
Yeah, but again, you trap him in hell, all that fire around the symbiote,
That's true.
use the weakness against him.
That is true. That might be controversial, but yeah. Mephisto.
Use
Right.
that demon powers.
Galactus, Abomination, easily
Oh,
Galactus. Yep.
Yeah, there we are.
Juggernaut, Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
It would be a good fight, but yeah,
Yeah,
Apocalypse does it.
yeah, it'd be a massive fight, but there's not a chance.
Kang Mephisto. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'd say Kang this time because all Mephisto could do is just trap him in hell, but then all Kang's got just goes, "Well, I'm seeing a bit, I'm going,"
True.
and
Yeah.
then like trap him in his own hell himself, sort of thing.
Yeah. All right. Kang moves on. Galactus Apocalypse.
It's got to
So
be Galactus, surely.
it has to be, but also Apocalypse. I don't know because Apocalypse has so many powers. He can alter. He can alter powers, right?
Yeah. Well, to certain things that law.
But Galactus destroys worlds too. So
He
yeah,
devours worlds. That
yeah, it
lot.
has to be him. Kang Galactus. This is a coin toss.
Yeah, because you could literally say either of them, really.
Yeah. I would say Kang.
There's Galactus there. Whatever world he's on, he just devours them. That lot.
I think Kang. I think Kang has contingency plans for anything. He can just plop himself out of that moment, go back before, do something to stop him, or kind of change history and alter so Galactus doesn't come to where he is. That's true. He can just alter time, make sure Galactus doesn't touch him at any point in history.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he just diverts him to a different way.
He can just lead him in a different direction, and Kang's just, I don't have to worry about that guy.
Yeah, no, you convinced me there. I'll give you that. So yeah, Kang.
Right. Big
Jesus
showdown.
wept.
It's easily Doctor Doom.
Oh no, I don't know,
Dude. In my Phase 6
yeah,
finale.
yeah, Doom did just like devour him that lot, and we're probably going to see this in Avengers Doomsday as well. That lot as well.
Maybe, but I don't know. I'm biased, but it's Doom. I think Doom has shown it in the comics too.
Yeah, with him being Sorcerer Supreme and his own sorcery abilities as well.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah, I'll say Doom for there as well.
All right. So crowning champion, Marvel villain bracket is Doctor Doom, rightfully so.
Yeah. I cannot disagree with you there at all, to be honest.
So our semifinals, we had Doctor Doom, Thanos, Galactus, Kang.
That's some heavy hitters there in a semi-final.
Which is weird because I had Thanos seated lower than Magneto, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because Magneto's an Omega level mutant, so he had to be higher. Thanos is just a guy if he doesn't have the gauntlet. With the gauntlet, he is powerful.
Yeah.
I still think Magneto would be on top, though.
I don't know. You just all you gotta do is like absorb one of them stones and then just blast him like that, or use a time stone or something. Just
when Magneto's angry, he's angry.
Well, yeah, but we left that up to the flip coin god, so I'm not taking no responsibility there. I said my piece on my character, so.
Right. Well, that was a good bracket. I thought it was going to be way tougher than it actually was.
Yeah.
When I was seeding it, I was like, this is going to be impossible. Like, this isn't going to work at all. And going through it now, I'm like, yeah, it was kind of easy in the end.
Was it two different minds? We work on the same wavelength, but we have different ideas. And it just shows you really.
You have Doctor Doom in any bracket. I think he's winning the bracket.
Yeah.
So, I think from now we don't have Doctor Doom in the bracket.
Yeah. maybe like try and find a Marvel versus DC villain one.
He'd still win.
Yeah.
He'd put up a good fight with like Darkseid or someone like that. But I think Doom is the ultimate villain.
I've seen a bit, son.
So yeah, I think that'll do it for today's episode. So yeah, great chat about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It was a good bracket. So yeah, I think we'll end it there. So what do you have coming up on your channel?
So we have this week, it'll be the Incredible Hulk retro review.
Nice.
Talking about that sort of thing. And after watching Captain America Brave New World and rewatching Incredible Hulk, I've got some different opinions on it. Let's just say of it now, sort of
In a
thing. Which
positive or
probably
negative way?
in a positive way, to be
Okay,
honest.
good.
I've been quite surprised. I'll be quite interested to see what people think of that. Obviously, Midnight Suns, and then we've got some more Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Edition, because I've got like characters from the viewers that want to see these characters get finished. So we've got Captain America, Deadpool, and Thor. So if anybody else wants
Nice.
to give me any more characters they want me to try and complete, you're more than welcome to, and we'll try and get them completed on the channel. What about yourself?
For myself, I've got some Daredevil content coming out soon, ahead of its release next week. So that's going to be very exciting. I'm going to be doing a bunch of reviews and stuff for that. So keep an eye out for
Nice.
all the Daredevil stuff on my channel. But yeah, other than that, it's mainly just Daredevil focused until news drops and I cover the news. But yeah, looking forward to the Daredevil era. It's been a long
Nice.
time coming, and
Yes, definitely.
yeah, I'm very excited for it. And
Mm,
by the looks of it, it's going to be just like the old series, and it's going to be
mm.
awesome. So
It's going to be so damn good.
yeah,
And so that's what we're chatting about next week as well, isn't it?
yep. So we're going to preview Daredevil. It's going to come out after the episodes
Yeah.
come out, but we're going to preview it. We're going to talk about the trailer because we still have not done it yet.
No, yeah.
That'll work its way into the preview. So
Mm,
yeah, stay tuned for next week where we kind of preview Daredevil Born Again, and we're going to review it after all the episodes are out, just like
yeah.
we did with Spider-Man. So I don't know, if something big happens, we may share our like
Yeah.
little thoughts on each episode per week, but nothing, I guess, conclusive until the whole
Yeah.
season is out. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'll do it for today's episode. So again, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Thwip Media, subscribe to Dwayne's channel, Marvel Mad, follow all the socials, and go join the Project Assemble Discord. All of it's linked below. Subscribe to the Project Assemble YouTube channel. And yeah, we will see you in the next episode.
See anybody guys, thank you watch.